Hello everyone, Adam Nicholas here for WhatCulture Wrestling, and with NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 just days away, there's a lot of talk and speculation flying around regarding the upcoming main event for that pay-per-view, which is Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship, or more specifically, how that match is going to end. Set to be the final chapter in the Ciampa-Gargano trilogy, this feud has all but guaranteed itself to win the NXT Rivalry of the Year 2018. Both men have excelled in their respective roles, they've been fantastic throughout, and you could say that this has been one of WWE's best rivalries in recent history. Now, originally the main event was supposed to be a triple threat match. Aleister Black was meant to feature in what would have been a mouth-watering prospect, but unfortunately, after undergoing surgery last week on what's suspected to be a groin injury, the man from Amsterdam was ruled out of competing and will not appear at TakeOver Brooklyn. It's a massive shame because Black had a tailor-made reason to be part of this feud, Gargano obviously inadvertently costing him the NXT Championship during his match with Tommaso Ciampa 3 weeks earlier, and his added dimension to the feud between Ciampa and Gargano, that could have delivered in so many incredible ways. Incidentally, if you'd like a detailed list of said incredible ways that Black could have added to this feud, well, it's your lucky day. Check out this brilliant Twitter thread by MythGifts because my word, some of these would have been absolutely amazing, and it's fair to say I'm slightly heartbroken we won't be getting any of them. Nevertheless, it wasn't meant to be, so the focus returns to Johnny Wrestling and the Sicilian Psychopath, going at it one last time in Brooklyn, this time for the NXT Championship in what will now be a last man standing match. And with that shift in narrative, the big question on a lot of people's minds is, how the hell is TakeOver Brooklyn 4 going to end? The anticipation in the air at the Barclays Center on Saturday will already be sky high, and the video packages that we've seen leading up to the event have more than done enough to build the hype going into this one. But in a feud that has literally been built around moments, this is a big moment in NXT's history in Brooklyn. With two characters whose narrative arcs could well be coming to a close in NXT, and with the main roster potentially calling for both men, the story could not be better poised. On the one hand, a despicable villain destined for his comeuppance, and on the other, a beloved hero desperate for redemption. Gargano has been consumed by hatred in his pursuit of Tommaso Ciampa, a pursuit which has seen him compromise his normally unshakable moral code, which ultimately saw him cost Aleister Black the NXT title, and not only that, he delivered it straight into the hands of his arch nemesis. While a triple threat match would have been the perfect way to settle any manner of scores between Ciampa, Gargano and Black, that can no longer happen, which might be good news for Gargano the wrestler, but for Gargano the man, well, that leaves him in a bit of a pickle. You see, what if, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but what if Johnny Gargano actually wins? After everything that's happened since his defeat at TakeOver Chicago to Ciampa, what even is a win anymore? His closest friendship destroyed by Tommaso's betrayal, his relationship with his wife pushed to breaking point because of his own obsessive lust for revenge, his victory at TakeOver New Orleans, arguably one of the biggest, most cathartic babyface wins in WWE history, probably since Daniel Bryan won at WrestleMania 30, lost in time, buried beneath his toxic pursuit to punish Tommaso Ciampa, which ultimately cost him their rematch in the Windy City. Now, Gargano may well take the title on Saturday, and he may end up winning the feud 2-1 overall. But what does that even mean? Ciampa's ruthlessness has been so palpable, so potent, that he's managed to not only beat Gargano in their rematch, not only end up winning the NXT Championship from Aleister Black because of Johnny Gargano, but the biggest thing of all, Ciampa has managed to manipulate Gargano to become the very thing he hates. Now the sad part here is there's possibly no satisfying resolution to this for Gargano, let alone a happy one. The joy of winning the NXT Championship would be hugely outweighed by the misery he's suffered throughout this feud. But if Johnny Wrestling wants to redeem himself, truly redeem himself, then there is still an option. The question is, however, does he want to pay the price? Tommaso Ciampa is fueled by a cocktail of sociopathic rage and eerily calm greed. So, should Gargano manage to topple Ciampa this weekend at TakeOver Brooklyn 4 and take the throne, then what better way to make things right than to immediately abdicate said throne in the aftermath? I mean, think about it. Johnny Gargano, the wrestler, yes, he deserves to be the champion. He deserves to wear the crown. There's no doubt about that. But after crossing the line and costing Aleister Black the title through his own uncharacteristic behaviour, well, any sense of satisfaction and achievement that Gargano could have got from winning the title is surely now tainted. Keeping the belt now would act as little more than a pair of handcuffs, still tied to Tommaso Ciampa, still tied to the crime he committed against Aleister Black, still tied to being the man that he doesn't want to be. But winning the title from Ciampa and immediately vacating it, well, that actually might be Gargano's one true shot at catharsis, discrediting everything Ciampa has done to this point, removing his core reason for being, and ultimately acting as the truest, most satisfying form of redemption. In storyline terms, a vacated title offers countless opportunities for the developmental brand to anoint a fresh face, should Gargano and Ciampa be called up to the main roster after SummerSlam, and it would also leave the door open for Aleister Black upon his return from injury. Meanwhile, if Gargano and Ciampa do end up staying with the yellow brand, this could leave the door ajar for one final resolution between the two and their respective NXT swan songs, which could well take place at TakeOver War Games in November. For NXT, Brooklyn is fondly remembered for delivering some of the greatest nights and moments in the yellow brand's history, but come the end of TakeOver Brooklyn 4 this Saturday, will it be remembered as the night that Johnny Wrestling makes the greatest sacrifice of them all? And there you have it, that's how we think TakeOver Brooklyn 4 is going to end. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm sure you've got plenty of ideas. Don't forget to leave us a like and a share. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, or if you just want more of our videos, because we know how much you love them, there should be a few floating around here somewhere. I'm Adam Nicholas, and I'll see you next time.